Okay, so imagine waking up in the year 2106.
Right.
The United States, as you and I know it, is. It's just gone. Wiped off the map.
Yeah. Completely replaced by something they call the Federation of City-States.
And if you look at the glossy brochures we have in this stack of documents, it looks incredible.
Oh, absolutely. These utopian ecosystems, right?
Yeah.
Gleaming cities like E.D.E.N and Neo Gaia.
But here's the catch. You probably don't live there.
No, statistically speaking, you're almost certainly stuck out in what they call the Fringe Zones.
And what are those exactly?
They're the radioactive ruins, the borderlands. It's where our world has, just crumbled away.
The infrastructure's gone, safety nets are gone.
And the only way out, the only bridge across that divide from the fringe to the utopia, it's a lottery.
The Gifted Souls program. It sounds so benevolent, doesn't it?
It does. Give us your best, your brightest children, and we'll give them citizenship.
It's the ultimate golden ticket. It's the dream every parent in the fringe has for their kid.
But as we dig into these documents, specifically the files around this Godseed audit,
Yeah.
we find that this golden ticket is actually a death sentence. Or, well, maybe something even worse.
Because this deep dive isn't just about some dystopian government. It's about a very specific kind of corporate horror.
We're talking about the E.D.E.N. Corporation.
Engineering, Design, Evolution, Nanotech.
Yeah.
E.D.E.N. Now, they have a rival, Sinclair Industries, but E.D.E.N. is the real focus here.
They're the ones running the lottery.
And you found some terrifying data in the source material about what they're actually looking for. It's not about grades, is it?
No, not at all. It's biology. The Godseed project is basically a genetic dragnet.
The dragnet.
Yeah. E.D.E.N. scientists found that their proprietary nanotech, it doesn't bond with everyone equally.
Okay.
They found that subjects with high levels of melanin, so specifically Black and Latino populations, have a 95 to 98% success rate.
95 to 98, wow. And what, compared to Caucasian subjects?
It's a huge drop, only about a 40% success rate.
So let's just unpack this. They aren't looking for smart kids. They're looking for specific bodies.
Exactly. They see this biology not as people, but as conductive material.
That's chilling.
It gets worse. They see the children themselves as intellectual property. The documents are so bureaucratic about it.
I saw that. They call family bonds emotional noise.
Or non-proprietary data. And once a child is taken, they start a family erasure protocol.
What do you mean?
They liquidate the family's presence, just erase them.
Yeah.
It's to ensure the asset, the child, remains stable.
That phrase, liquidate the family's presence. It's doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
It's total erasure, wiping out the past so the corporation can own the future.
Which brings us to the heart of today's deep dive. Because a system this crushing, it has to have a pushback.
Of course.
But this isn't your standard rebel army. The sources describe them as glitches.
I love that term, glitches. People that the system tried to format, but it didn't take.
And the voice of this resistance, the man shouting into the void, is a figure named Yomi.
And if we really want to understand the resistance today, we have to start with him.
Yomi is fascinating. He's described as the ghost in the machine. He's an underground journalist operating out of this place called Soul City. We'll get to that. But his main weapon is a broadcast.
The naked truth.
Exactly.
And it's not just a news channel. The files describe it as the psychic immune system of the French.
A psychic immune system.
Yomi gets that when corporations own the narrative, the truth becomes contraband. He's not just reporting, he's like deprogramming people.
He's the one who exposed the 0% return rate.
Yes, that statistic, that just floors me every time. 0%.
Not a single child taken in the Gifted Souls program has ever come back to the Fringe. Not for holidays, not for funerals.
Nothing, which just shatters that better life myth instantly.
If it was so much better, why the total silence?
Right. But what's really ingenious is how they operate, how Yomi and the Resistance hide. Because E.D.E.N's AI can crack any standard encryption in a nanosecond.
So how do you hide from a supercomputer?
This is my favorite part of the tech specs. They stop speaking computer.
Right. Their tech genius, Dante, he created these things called shunts.
Dante realized that the corporate algorithms see human culture, our messiness, as irrational data.
Just noise.
Exactly. So he created the ghost dialect. They hide their encrypted messages inside cultural noise, jazz improv, African textile motifs, lullabies.
I love that so much. The system hears a jazz riff and just filters it out as background static.
But to the resistance, that saxophone solo is a map to a safe house.
Hiding in plain sight by being too human for the machines to understand.
It's the perfect metaphor for the whole conflict. The corporate world wants to quantify everything, turn DNA into an OS.
And the resistance is using the unquantifiable art, culture, soul as their shield.
It's not just clever coding, it's an assertion of identity.
So Yomi provides the truth, Dante provides the camouflage, but you need people on the ground. You need the Terra Squad.
The Terra Squad. These are the glitches we mentioned, escaped assets.
Bioengineered soldiers who turn their weapons back on their creators.
And if you look at their dossiers, the leadership dynamic is incredibly telling. You've got Lucas, the strategist.
And Maliki, the tactician.
Right. Lucas is the ex-Sinclair Industries asset. He defected. He saw war as a chessboard.
Until he realized he was playing on a board of human bones. That's a haunting image. He brings the logic.
He's the macro thinker, absolutely. He organizes these volatile, superpowered people into a cohesive unit.
And Maliki, he grounds them.
He does. He's a former private military force sergeant. But he's not fighting for some grand ideology. The file says he's fighting a personal grievance made manifest.
His wife, Anya.
Yeah. Killed by a corporate director, Croft, just because she refused his advances.
So you have this powerful duality in the leadership. Lucas fights the system because it's cruel and illogical.
And Maliki fights the system because it took the one specific person he loved. One's the brain, the other's the disciplined fist.
And you definitely need both.
Desperately.
Okay, and then you have the powerhouse of the team. Kalisha Blackford, the engine.
Kalisha's story is the emotional spine of this whole thing.
It seems like it.
She entered the program at 15, voluntarily, to protect her younger sister, Davina.
She sacrificed herself to be the shield.
And her power is described as resonant listening. She can literally hear the frequency of corporate lies.
And she can unmake their tech just by, harmonizing with it.
At a molecular level, think about the poetry of that. They try to turn her into a weapon.
And she develops the ability to hear truth and dismantle their machines just by listening.
But she failed to protect Davina. The system separated them.
Which brings us to the most tragic figure in these files, Myra.
Davina, yeah. Renamed Myra. Her code name is the Event Horizon.
This is where that glitch concept just becomes heartbreaking.
It is. The corporation tried to use their mind scripts to just delete her love for her sister. They wanted a blank slate.
But the love was too strong.
It was. It corrupted the programming.
So instead of a loyal soldier, they created a living singularity.
A catastrophic success is how E.D.E.N describes her. A wounded god.
Her love didn't vanish. It became a black hole.
It's terrifying proof that you can't just edit out humanity without breaking reality itself. Emotions aren't just software you can uninstall.
Speaking of breaking things, we have to talk about the muscle.
Rashida Jones.
All right.
Berserker.
Right.
Rashida's interesting because her glitch is that her aggression quotient, which was meant to be a control mechanism for her.
It became her whole operating system.
That's it. Accelerated healing, super strength, but it's all fueled by this pure hatred of bullies.
So they took a girl who hated bullies and turned her into a god who crushes them.
And she's balanced by Tank, the shield.
The immovable anchor.
He generates this sleek, impervious, black organic armor. And the dossiers point out this great dynamic.
What's that?
Tank protects the flesh of the team, while Dante protects their digital soul.
So they keep the squad alive in both the physical and the digital realms.
Between the two of them, yeah.
And then you have the volatile elements, Jesse Blue, the plasma punk.
His power source is... it's heavy.
It's trauma.
Pure and simple. His pineal gland generates plasma, but it's fueled by the memory of his brother Marcus being taken in his place.
He's described as artillery fueled by a funeral.
Such a visceral line. And it's why he clashes with Phaedra.
Because she's the psychic.
The psychic link, yeah. She can create a hive mind for the squad, lets them move as one. But Jesse fights her link because his mind is a minefield of grief. He doesn't want anyone in there.
So the superpowers don't fix the PTSD.
In this world, the superpowers are the PTSD. They're the trauma made external.
So you have this squad of broken, powerful people, but they're not just running, they're building something.
That's right. You mentioned Soul City earlier.
When we were talking about Yomi.
Soul City is the counter-argument to E.D.E.N. It's an underground sanctuary designed by defector scientist, a Dr. Eris Thorne.
And its power source is the key, right?
It's the key. It's powered by the melanin frequency.
The same biological trait E.D.E.N. tries to harness.
Very same. But instead of weaponizing it, Soul City uses it as a source of independent power. Yomi and Thorne called this philosophy the Mythocracy.
The idea is sovereignty.
Exactly. It's not just about surviving, it's about creating a sovereign culture, totally independent of corporate control.
If E.D.E.N. represents patenting life, Soul City represents liberating it.
You got it.
So who are they fighting? I mean, besides the abstract idea of the corporation, we've got the triad of enforcement.
We do. And they each represent a different facet of control. First, there's Vector Prime, the post-human auditor.
The auditor. That just sounds terrifyingly bureaucratic.
He is the system's efficiency made manifest. He sees emotion as non-proprietary data that needs to be formatted.
He's the spreadsheet come to life.
Pretty much. And then on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, the BEASTE units.
Bioengineered, apex sentient tactical entities.
These are the straight-up horror element. The subjects who didn't stabilize, like the Terra Squad, failed experiments turned into mindless monsters, harvesting tools.
The Resistance calls them us, unmade.
A walking warning of what happens if the squad loses their own battle for self-control.
And then, sitting on the sidelines, like a vulture, Sinclair Industries.
Right. If E.D.E.N. are the architects, Sinclair are the butchers.
They want to capture the Terra Squad, not to reprogram them.
But to dissect them, to reverse engineer E.D.E.N.'s tech. So the squad is caught between being formatted by one corporation or vivisected by another.
It's a relentless squeeze. But this all comes to a head. There's a moment in the files described as the final broadcast.
This is the synthesis of everything. The squad raids the main facility. They find Myra, Kalicia's sister, and she's just a walking nuke of energy.
Yet instead of just blowing the place up, they do something smarter.
They hijack the signal.
Yomi's Naked Truth goes global.
Exactly. They use Myra's raw power and Dante's tech to push the broadcast into every retinal implant, every screen in the city.
They show the world the 0% return rate.
They show the family erasure protocols. They show the faces of the children.
There's that quote from Kalisha in the broadcast. "You patented our souls. We are declaring sovereignty."
That is the core conflict right there. It's a war between the spreadsheet, the corporate quantification of life, and the soul.
E.D.E.N. thinks if they can map your DNA, they own you.
And the Resistance proves that some parts of the human experience, love, memory, grief, they can't be patented.
There's that moment with Vector Prime, the emotionless machine man. He actually hesitates.
He does. In the chaos, he sees all this data flooding his system memories, lullabies, all that non-proprietary data. For a nanosecond, his sensors register it not as an error, but as non-redundant. It's this tiny crack in the armor of pure logic.
But getting that broadcast out, it comes at a terrible cost. We have to talk about Malachi.
Malachi makes the ultimate sacrifice. He tackles Vector Prime into a collapsing energy conduit just to keep the signal alive.
And his last words.
My wife's name was Anya. That's my data.
Ugh, that hits so hard.
It's the ultimate rejection of the system. He refuses to be a number, a soldier. He dies as a husband. He reclaims his humanity at the very end.
It validates everything they stand for.
It really does.
So, zooming out, what does this all mean? Why does this story set in Timeline 106 matter to us now?
I think it matters because it asks us to define what makes us human when we're faced with systems that want to dehumanize us. In 2106, the system is E.D.E.N.
Right.
But that logic, the idea that people are just resources to be optimized, that efficiency trumps empathy, that's a very old, very real danger.
And the Resistance, the Terra Squad, they prove that being broken is actually a strength.
Precisely. They are glitches. In a perfect system, a glitch is an error. But in a cruel system, a glitch is the only thing that's real.
The trauma, the grief, the rage, those are the things that kept them human.
The corporations wanted to format history, but the squad proved you can't delete the soul.
Love is a stronger operating system than fear.
That's the takeaway.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with one final image from the source material. It's described as the sun on the porch.
The last honest thing.
Before the lottery, before the nanites, before the war. Just that simple human moment of connection. If corporations can patent DNA and format history,
then maybe glitching, being a little broken, a little defiant, is the only way to remain truly human.
The Resistance proves that we aren't just code to be rewritten.
We're the authors of our own story.
Thanks for listening to The Deep Dive. Keep glitching!